Today on the channel, we're going to check out Mattel's He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection Orko. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rich, and today we are getting back into He-Man and the Masters Universe Cartoon Collection. Now, this one is Orko. I do have an Orko up here, although it is just from the Origins line, it's not the Cartoon Collection, and I just didn't want to display my He-Man without the Orko, so I will be taking him down, putting him away, and we'll be able to put the real Cartoon Collection Orko up there with his pals. But let's take a look at the packaging. You have 40 years of She-Ra there, He-Man and the Masters Universe Orko. We are back to Castle Grayskull right back here. You can see Hordak up there, just his face, and it says Orko Heroic Court Magician. You got the Cartoon Collection, got the awesome blister. You can see everything on there. His eyes are kind of hidden. You got to kind of hold it up so you can see his eyes in there, but it looks really good. Mattel logo there, and 6 years of age and over right there. Now, I want to say that, is this a little thicker, this card back? Maybe not, but maybe it is. I'm not sure. Kind of feels a little thicker to me. On the back side, we have As Seen on the Return of Orko's Uncle, includes comic book, modernizing and celebrating the original 80s Masters Universe animated series. You can look up old He-Man and the Masters Universe Filmation cartoons on YouTube. I'll try to attach the link to the description below, so if you want to watch this episode. We have a Cartoon Collection here, and we have the cross cell is Orko, Grizzlor, and Fangman. And here it's showing us it says include swappable Uncle Montork's head and includes hero metal and floating stands. So we can have our Orko float kind of like this one does. This should be fun. Now, it's been a while since I opened one of these, but I'm going to open it the way I have the rest of them. I'm just going to cut each side of this blister right here. And I found this is the best way. I don't want to get two of every one of these, so I keep my packaging. And then I just open it this way. I found it works, and you don't really destroy your packaging too much. All right, you just cut this trap door out right here. Kind of see it. I wish there was a better way. I wish it was a slip-off cover so you could do it that way, but unfortunately it's not. And then I just reach in here, grab his plastic coffin, and just pull this out. Now, it does come out, and it does go back up in there. So that's how I open it, and I'm able to keep my packaging. If I want to get one of those protective cases, I can put this in there, and it looks pretty good still. I know it don't count as unopened, but I love packaging so much, and I always want to keep it. And I'm just not going to. I want to open my action figures, and I'm not going to be a member of the Double Up Club on all these different lines. I am on my WWE Superstars line, but other than that, very little do I get two of each action figure. Here is Orko in his plastic coffin. And we will go through his accessories first. Well, maybe we'll look at this. I think this is a new comic. So let's go ahead and get this comic out. If I can get it out. Now, this is one thing that's kind of hard to do. If you unbox them like this, it's hard to get your comic out. But it will come out, as you can see. And you can finagle it back in there. But there's that Castle Grayskull right there. You see the big open mouth right there of the castle. All right, here is directions for our action figure. There you go. It just shows all your swappable parts, hands, head, and of course, the stand. So we have that. Set that out of the way. And here is our comic, and it says Future Tense, Part 5 of the Horde Invasion Saga. And on the back, you have the cross cell, so pretty cool. And these are all right. I mean, I've never read them all. I just kind of skimmed through them, look, but pretty good graphics on them, I do think so. But yeah, got She-Ra in it and He-Man, so we have, I think I saw He-Man. Yeah, He-Man and She-Ra in this, so that's pretty cool to have that crossover. All right, so that's over. Now let's go ahead and look at his accessories. First thing is going to be a hero medal. So if you watch that episode of He-Man, The Return of Orko's Uncle, I'm sure you're going to see this medal in there. And it's just a yellow medal. It's kind of jelly, and it says hero on it. We'll try to get some close-ups of that. On the back side, it does have something on there, some kind of design, but nothing real important, I don't think. So there is his hero medal. Next, we're going to get his Uncle Montork's head. This little thing right here. Look at that. Got the eyeballs, and then what you'll do is put this on, and then pop that hat back on with his ears. So we'll go through that when we get to it. But that's pretty cool. The beard, the pink scarf, and the black head with the yellow eyes there for Uncle Montork. All right, next accessory is going to be the stand, and it is all clear stand. It's a lot smaller than our Origins Orko, so that kind of makes it a little better. Little shelf room for you there. So there's our stand. Now we got to flip him over and cut his ties. There are a few around his wrists. Or his arms, I guess. I really enjoy these cartoon collections. Now, I did watch a lot of people talking, videos of the San Diego Comic-Con, and it looks like they are doing away with the cartoon collection and going towards something else, but it'll all still be interchangeable. I don't know. I don't like it. I would rather just keep this cartoon collection going. So I've got all those, and man, we're going to change it up. Oh, well. I don't know if I'm going to continue in it or not because I really like these. I'm not sure if I want them or not. But we'll see when they come out. They haven't been released. We just saw some pictures of them behind a display case at the San Diego Comic-Con. All right, so let's grab Orko, not by his toe, but by his little dress here. Pull him up, and Orko has been resurrected. Teeny tiny Orko there. There's his coffin. We'll get rid of that. Get his tie slid out of here. All right, let's go through this articulation. Now, his head does move. There is a lot of movement. Look, his hat moves. His head moves. This is pretty cool. This may be the most articulation I've seen on a hat and head ever, but I do like the fact that you can put his hat down or have his hat up so you can see those eyes. He's got shoulders. There is a hinge on them shoulders. The arms do go all the way around. Single pinless elbows, and they don't get quite a 90. Not a 90 at all. Pretty much a 45, I would guess. But he does have wrist movement. Looky there, up and down on the wrists, and he has no legs, so that's it. But what spins around is the scarf, the hat, and the head. Now, the ears are not poking through this hat. That is separate. But, man, I like this. Let's see what he looks like on his stand here. There you go. Looks good. I guess you could put him the other way. Is there a better way? I don't know. I think it's going to be both the same. But there is kind of this swoop on this stand. So I guess it would make a difference on how he goes. Now, let's try to pop this head off. Okay, the hat comes off first. You're left with just his Orko head there. And then we pull the head off. And then we have his scarf. We can take his scarf off. So we could put his medal on. We definitely want to put the medal on. And we'll put this, I guess we put the scarf back on. Put the head back on. And then put the hat back on. And we have Orko with his hero medal. So that looks pretty good. That's kind of cute. I like it. But we can also, now do you need two of these? Do we need two so we can make Uncle Montork also? Is that his name? I'm calling him Montork. I believe it is. Yeah, Montork. Uncle Montork. So we pop the hat off. We take that medal off. Pop off the head. Pop off the scarf. And then we're going to put on the scarf that has the beard. And then we're going to put on the square eyeballs of Uncle Montork. And then we're going to pop the hat back on. And there you go. And you have Uncle Montork right there. How about that? I actually think this is pretty cool, but I actually like the regular Orko a little better. But, man, do you need two of them so you can have Uncle Montork? I don't know. I don't know. You almost do, but I don't think I'm going to get another one of these just so I can open it and display an Orko and a Uncle Montork. But pretty cool. I'm really enjoying this line. And like I said, unfortunately, it looks like it's going to be coming to an end. There was no new He-Man and Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection. Figures revealed at San Diego Comic-Con. They were, I can't remember what they was called. It was a He-Man line, though, but apparently everything's going to be interchangeable with this and, of course, the Origins line. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens. But I would rather just stay with the cartoon collection with what we have. But I don't work at Mattel, and I have no voice in the matter. So that's going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Never Not Horror podcast. It's doing really well. I think we're on episode 7 or 8, and we have started a quick cuts, which is on our off week. So it's every week now we have an episode. You'll get a quick cut and then a deep dive movie podcast, a quick cut, deep movie pod. So we're kind of rotating like that. We're having fun with it, but that's going to be it. Thank you. Till next time, for Orko, Mattel, He-Man, the Masters of the Universe Cartoon Collection. Oh, yeah.